place.
Damn.
Look in the middle until it's done.
Suspicion confirmed. That's crazy.
You can find me on DoorDash, and hopefully you get me.
You rubbing that knee is nasty, nigga. That's nasty.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were acknowledging that you were of the elder race too, but you can find me at
The elder race. That's fuck. It's giving me everything I need. When Cyclops said, give them the forecast, I got wet. I did.
All right, Zelmay, you're under her. You're next.
Yes! I mean, chicken.
Wait a minute.
Yo, what's good? Back again like we never left. Had a little week break. Come back stronger than ever. Of course,
niggas out there getting freaky as hell.
Nah. Of course, I'm your host, the one and only Monray Hudson of Make It Make Sense, the podcast, and I cannot be here alone, so I have to be balanced by a colorful crew, collective people. Speaking of colorful, first and foremost, we do have the sun-kissed Pinky waifu herself.
Oh, she doubled up. She's Pinky waifu and sun-kissed at the same time. That's crazy.
Zelmay said I'll add the pinky in.
Monte, Zelmay said he's on his way.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
okay.
And then, of course,
Consider
the local neighborhood scumbag himself in the top right, the African 765.
You already know you're a local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks a daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day, all gas, no breaks, cold hard hot takes, and everything that comes with. You niggas know the spiel.
Yes, the spiel. And this is your place. You can come to get some spiel on some juiciness, the ugliness, and the craziness that is, of course.
For real.
And, you know, we have to be fair. You know, it's just a place where you can come and get some explanations on P. Diddy's arc, the Kid and other people.
Kid Cudi snitching, yo.
Don't do that. Ooh, don't.
No, that nigga came in there in a leather jacket with a scruffled up collar. This nigga's collar looked like Zelmay. That nigga had a Zelmay collar on.
Please tell me
to snitch.
Not to snitch. You act like he was like signed to the streets. He's not. No,
nigga. Fuck that. That nigga told.
I'm sorry. If a nigga tried to blow up my car, I'm snitching. I'm telling him.
No, fuck that. Get it back in. My bad.
I'm fine with it. I promise you I'm fine with it. If you're wondering what they're talking about, so in week 2, you know, we're covering weeks 2 and 3. You know, been 3 though. But in other words, Kid Cudi came on.
Nigga, whole collar was fucked up.
He was called to testify, and he testified about the home invasion that he suffered, as well as his car being put on fire. And testified.
He said he thinks Diddy fucked his dog.
I mean, yeah, he went through it. He went through conversations with Cassie. He went through a conversation between him and P. Diddy's party, saying he wanted to fight P. Diddy. P. Diddy being outside of his house around the time of the break-in, around the time of the fire. Everything. I mean, just, you know, even tried to describe the car that was near his house belonging to a Bad Boy Records employee. Everything. Also, we have been
snitching hard.
Also, if you're wondering, we've also been invaded by a wonderful, amazing Spider Cam, the villain. Since we're talking about
villains, shit! I didn't even notice Cam was there.
Yeah,
hell, nigga,
slid in like some smooth.
This old nigga, that nigga old as hell.
Slid in like some smooth DMs.
I was saying that nigga slowed it. The geriatric stroll into the goddamn call. I see you.
And you know, we're finished off central.
What's that?
The wife
Zelmay, I was just talking about how Kid Cudi stole one of your shirts when he went to go snitch on Diddy. That nigga collar was wrinkled.
Don't try to clean it up now that he's here.
What? That nigga collar was wrinkled as fuck when he went to go tell, just like Zelmay's collar.
It looked like Zelmay. Those were the exact words.
I said the shirt looked like Zelmay.
No. Nemesis? What did you
well, obviously, Kid Cudi doesn't look like Zelmay. It's just the fact that he had a fucking balled up collar.
Kid Cudi testified. That was one issue, you know. Tell everybody.
You're trying to say you're a rat, Zelmay.
So you know they trying to say the Kid Cudi ratted out.
Zelmay telling those things.
It's crazy.
And I respect that.
But well, technically, you can't be a rat if you're not involved in the crime.
Nah, that nigga a rapper, yo.
It's a difference between a rat and a snitch. A rat.
No,
is something
okay, yes, there is a difference.
Have you heard that?
There's
If you to rat out somebody, you have to commit the crime with them.
Yeah, he's snitching.
He can't be a rat.
That nigga's no. I didn't call him a rat. I called him a snitch.
You called him both.
Nasty work.
They
But
turned over seeing evidence.
this wasn't the only
So
thing.
did Johnny Ace.
Over the last couple of weeks, some different highlights, high points. We also have Diddy supposedly getting $20K from Cassie's mom to get the tape of the goods and not to bust it out himself. We had a multitude of people testifying, whether it was Homeland Security, a forensic psychologist, even a former assistant of Diddy.
Yo, he took ketamine and hit that bitch with an ice bucket and threw her in the pool.
Oh my gosh. Yes, trying to paint Diddy as a monster, as a huge monster, saying there's a lot more than just
the monster he is.
Well, hold on.
The cleanup man, I got rid of
He's
stuff.
innocent until proven guilty.
Provided the drugs for him.
People are calling you a monster for 20 years. You're a monster.
And then finally, before the week ended, we had a former friend and assistant, only known as Mia, who came out with
That's the one that got hit with the ice bucket.
Said she was one of his biggest victims.
Ice bucket challenge.
Yo, no. I said.
Oh my god!
When I found out he S8 or 2, so it wasn't fun.
It's like supposedly she was abused and essayed by him multiple times, even though the defense came back.
But hey, getting hit with an ice bucket
with him throughout the entire time.
Crazy story.
I mean, it was a lot. Said like the advances started. Said she didn't tell him no, but it was a lot going on with it. So there's a lot of people coming out and saying I did different things to Diddy, from Diddy, for him. Basically painting him as this
yes, niggas.
Frank Jackson type of media business gangster mogul that was just running everything and doing whatever he wanted. Who would like to say something about it? I would be nice. Who would like to speak?
Let me talk.
The Afro-Kami says he wants to go. Afro-Kami, speak your piece of what you think about the Kid Cudi arc.
Okay.
And everything.
Like I said, this nigga Kid Cudi shows up, leather jacket, wrinkled white tee, goddamn cigarette in mouth outside of the courthouse. This nigga has self-imposed scoliosis from the weight of the snitchery on his shoulders.
I know you fucking lying.
No, I synced it. I saw the pictures. But so we have that. And then you have, look, Mia came out of nowhere, bro. No one knew that she was gonna take the stand. I don't think there was any I mean, obviously the courts knew, because I don't think she was just like a surprise. But yo, when you get to looking through this document, at first, I'm not gonna lie, reads a little funny. Diddy on a bunch of ketamine, throwing ice buckets at hoes. Ha ha.
The track.
Throws her in the pool. That's also Teehee. Then came the SA talk, and I was like, oh, not Teehee. Not Teehee. But like up until the SA, yo, Diddy hitting bitches with goddamn fucking ice buckets and rolling out is top tier.
This man nasty work.
I love the wordplay.
It
never fails with you.
Another possible speaker for the Diddy arc of the Kid Cudi and what's going on next. Afro-Kami did speak, of course. Zelmay, would you like to speak on? Give some clarity.
Put the fence sitter on.
Listen, this Mia was an interesting case because I was like, they try to paint her as like, look, she's happy in pictures with Diddy, and then they try to post like videos of wishing happy birthday and stuff, but the judge didn't let them because they're like, you can't just add videos to this case randomly. We ain't letting you just do this,
especially because we don't know who she is still.
Yeah, so
she was an assistant at some point,
but I'm like, they were like, oh, look at these social media posts, how happy she was working with Revolt and him. And I'm like, every company tell you to post bullshit. Well, if you work for a major $1 billion company, they all like, hey, post this and give us a Glassdoor review and post how happy you are. It's like one of the requirements to get like extra credit for like a Christmas bonus or some shit. so I'm like, yeah, they probably did post it. It don't mean anything. And I did see the Cudi thing. I'm like, He can snitch. Listen, I've been telling Tori to snitch. Not that Tori, the other Tori, the Daystar, to snitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see,
and I'm like, yo, listen, if you,
I'm not gonna bring up the Megan Tory thing again.
I'm just saying, all I'm saying is, if you didn't do it, tell. Why we gotta go through all this?
You
If
might
you
want
don't, I don't care. I can't care no more. That's the whole thing. Listen, everybody wants some weird opinion. I don't know these people, but Diddy is a monster, by the way. We all know this, by the way. We ain't knew forever.
Thank you.
He hung
the Diddler on the roof,
bro,
Wale
he hung Wale by his feet off a balcony.
He did dangle Wale by his feet. See.
Allegedly, he hit a coach at UCLA with one of them barbell. That man is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, he almost packed out that one nigga from the show with Lucius Lyons, the Empire. Remember, he almost packed out the Empire nigga on Halloween because he didn't know it was Diddy talking to him, and he almost got his shit ran.
You know, J. Cole allegedly did beat him up though. Shout out to Cole.
Shit,
he can't handle country.
I don't believe that. J. Cole ain't beating the Diddler, brother. J. Cole ain't beating the Diddler.
Considering all the stuff that's now, we got guns, heels, ball, drugs. My boy got everything.
You know,
sound like a fine Tuesday evening, in my opinion, up until the non-consensual part.
That would be right up your alley.
You got assistant.
He opened the man Christmas presents, dog. That's not fault. He opened the dog as well, allegedly.
Yeah, I was gonna say allegedly.
Put the dog in the bathroom.
Yo, allegedly he took the dog to a freak off.
Help. Now,
allegedly, niggas can allege anything.
Cudi said the dog ain't been the same.
I was gonna say. He also said that nigga might have tried to fucking spike his water. He said he offered him water twice.
That's nasty work.
Don't accept shit from him. No.
Nasty work. Don't accept nothing. Don't do it.
Yo, Diddy got that. Yo, Diddy got GHB, ketamine, fucking. He got the whole goddamn. That water is probably crazy.
That tasteless, odorless shit. Be careful. Please be careful.
Yo.
But
if I got my tolerance right, I might pull up to the Diddy party.
No.
Sensual ones, yo. Because like if you can stay awake and like this nigga ain't roofing you to take your ass, there's probably some wild shit going on.
And you would be another victim on the docket.
That's crazy.
Afro gonna come on here talking about he didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
He didn't do nothing. Gonna be like, he gonna sound like Ray J.
Yo, that nigga Diddy all right in my book, son. That nigga Diddy all right.
Not all of a sudden because he said Jake Knight gonna snitch.
I don't think Brother Love would act that way.
Fuck that. That's why you have to change your name to try and re-image and rebrand yourself. You're a fucking monster.
Pufficus Daticus didn't have to change his name for any other way the reason than he wanted to.
Did he change his name multiple times?
Yes,
First it was Puff Daddy, then it was Puffy, then it was P. Diddy, then it was Diddy Dirty Money, then it was Love.
Okay.
Love is crazy.
Oh, whoa.
Love Day.
That when he went to rehab.
That's still that nigga's name on Twitter, yo. To this day, you can go look.
It's a lawless place, so I'm not surprised.
Love is still that nigga's name.
This nigga was dressed as Joker, threatening putting niggas in the Diddy party.
Yeah, that's true. That's when he pressed the nigga from Empire.
By the way, shout out to Nipsey Hussle because I saw that video.
Well,
that video was y'all seen that video of Nipsey Hussle when they was in the studio, and Diddy said y'all stop clapping, and Nipsey said I'm clapping all night, nigga. For real.
I'm here for it.
And then he told Lauren London to clap. You clap. And he's like, you think I'm funny? and then Nipsey said, you stay clapping.
With that, this will be part one. There's a 3-part show today. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna get out of pocket. I apologize in advance.
Look who you have on today.
Believe me, it's gonna get bad. But
I don't think it'll be that bad.
For the second portion,
mainly talking about you.
In agreement with the amazing Spider Cam as a continuance of Wednesday, there have been some viral anime AI debates that I felt would be wonderful to put on here and let y'all decide who was right. Now, of course, there have been a bunch of them that people have been doing that don't even make sense, but we will do the ones that actually make sense and the one that actually went originally viral, so you can judge who is right for yourself. You know, and some of y'all have questionable thought processes, so this will be interesting to see. But I guess we'll start off with the original one that started on the whole mess, if I recall correctly, which is
what I think it is.
I think it's Itachi and Aaron Yeager.
Okay, I saw the Naruto with
I saw
I'm saying right now I ain't worried about Naruto.
No, I just happened to see that one. I don't think I saw the Itachi one.
There you go. This is the original one that started off.
You speak of peace, but all I see is a coward who slaughtered his own blood just to serve a system that oppressed him. That's not peace. That's slavery dressed in virtue.
And you claim freedom, but all you've created is genocide disguised as liberation. You're not a savior, Aaron. You're a child throwing a tantrum, willing to burn the world because you couldn't bear to lose.
At least I chose to act. You spent your life kneeling to men who feared change. You murdered your family because a council told you to. You don't value peace. You feared chaos.
And you? You fear control, so you chose chaos. You'd rather everyone die than live under rules. That's not bravery. That's narcissism. You think you're a god rewriting the world.
Better a god with bloody hands than a ghost who died for nothing. Your peace was an illusion, Itachi. You delayed suffering. You didn't stop it. At least my path ends the cycle.
There is no freedom in a graveyard, Aaron. If your solution is extinction, then you never wanted freedom. You just wanted to destroy what you couldn't understand.
And you never wanted peace. You wanted control. You killed your clan and called it love. You're not a hero. You're just a glorified pawn who died with a smile for his masters.
Oh, why Aaron get to end this and Itachi don't get a rebuttal then? You don't get more chance.
I didn't determine that, but
I feel all of that.
We'll begin. Mr. Villain, you've seen two villains. Who was right?
I mean, I think Itachi cooked them on this one, but the only contradiction was the distinction. But you extended, you know what I mean? The Uchiha blood got pretty much extinct, except for Itachi, and when you Sasuke, and you didn't know Madara was still alive, but whatever, and Obito. Other than that, you know, you pretty much did what Aaron did for the most part with your own clan. So, but yeah, you know, you rather what do you say? You rather die with a master's grin on your face, and then rather than their freedom. So, you know, I think their viewpoints are vastly different. One was a localized threat, while Aaron was a global threat. So you can't really compare the two. If you had to give a winner, I guess gotta be Itachi, because Aaron said he ended the cycle, where you just continued the cycle. So
I was gonna say, nigga did not end the cycle. We saw for a fact he didn't.
Afrikami, what say you?
Man, I think that they're both. Yo, is that how both of these niggas sound? Dubbed. Is that really how they fucking?
A little more perky. Yeah,
those are garbage voices.
About 70%, yeah.
Oh God, that's bad. That was the main takeaway I took away from it. It's like, God, that's why I watch subs.
No,
not anyway. But yeah, fucking Aaron is kind of a joke character to me. He always will be. Itachi is sort of the same. Like any of these niggas who had tragic deaths for the betterment of mankind, for just the people in the universe to do the same shit afterwards. Use a joke. There's two funny niggas talking.
What's saying, Mr. White?
Damn, you looking kind of brawly with the beater on, Zelmay.
No, man, I just woke up out of nowhere.
You woke up beating on somebody.
Looking like a grizzly.
Let's go.
You got the white beaters. Let's go.
But listen, we don't like Aaron. We don't ride with Aaron. Aaron is a liar. He didn't do nothing but make the show horrible, so he automatically lose because he
Let's go.
You made the whole show pointless. It's like watching She-Hulk.
He did make the whole show redundant.
Like, oh, none of this counted. It just happened the exact same way. I'm like, oh, why did I watch this? It was like, you wasting my time. At least Itachi had a goal. He's like, I ain't gonna do it. You did it Tupac. I might not inspire the world, but I might inspire the one to change it. And his brother ran out there and crashed out anyway.
Nasty work.
He bet on his brother. His brother was a crybaby.
Like I said, funny niggas.
He tried to build his brother up to the hood, and he didn't work. He said, "Get the gat. We shooting the whole family up. Now you take on the road, bro."
Then we have the Pinky Waifu. Do you agree with these people?
You got some funding with the green screen, and you got the faded background.
Faded background.
Y'all ain't got to see what's back there.
Y'all don't need to see for real.
She got some freaky shit going on. There might be a nigga chained up back there if you look hard.
Nasty.
Wake him up.
Freaky ass nigga.
Man, do not have that happen in the group chat where the nigga just come out here and say, "Oh, bro, I'm ready." I'm like, what the?
Nah, but Itachi had it. Eren Yeager did throw a fucking tantrum, and he did what Itachi did, except globally. I mean, he didn't kill his own people, but he threw a tantrum and murdered 80% of the fucking globe to save his people. And if you watch the end, there was war anyway.
Yeah, there was still.
Like, you did it for nothing.
All right.
You should have just stayed alive and got the hoe, yo. Instead, you let her go off and fuck on some bus.
Anyway.
Then you were a bird. You were a bird to wrap her scarf around her after she just got fucked by old dude.
Ooh.
Let's go to number 2. Also, shout out to Anime LA.
Fucking Jaeger over here. Goddamn nigga was probably flying around the window while she was getting her back blown out.
We have a second one, and let's see who wins.
Just lead a window before Aaron.
Possible trigger warning if you do not like the second person who I have.
You're a disgrace to the concept of purpose. Sacrificing your own daughter for research? That isn't ambition, Tucker. That's madness wrapped in a lab coat.
And yet here you are, preaching justice while stacking corpses like firewood. Don't pretend your notebook is any cleaner than my lab. At least I was honest about what I was willing to lose.
There's a difference. I kill criminals, people who poison society. You destroyed someone innocent for your career. You're not a scientist. You're a monster with a thesis.
Progress demands sacrifice, Kira. You of all people should understand that. Or do you still pretend you're some divine savior? The only difference between us is that my methods aren't hiding behind a delusion of purity.
Ha ha ha! You're confusing depravity with innovation. You sold your soul for relevance. I'm creating a world where people like you won't exist, where the ends actually justify the means.
Funny. That's exactly what I thought. Just before the military tossed me aside like failed data. The world doesn't care about your ideals, Light. It only remembers who wins. And from what I recall, you didn't.
And you did! Your own daughter cried for help as you mutilated her. If that's your legacy, then maybe death was mercy.
If you think you're above me, Light, ask yourself, how many innocent names did you write down once your little god complex grew too big to control?
Can I say something about this?
Sal Tucker did nothing wrong.
I'm not worried.
I won't go that far. I will never go that far.
Here we go again.
Let's start off.
Sal Tucker did nothing wrong.
Stand
by it.
That last question was valid as fuck. So I hear the fuck out of it, but I will never be Team Shao Tucker. I can't.
He's trying to get us cat girl, bro.
Of the fucking anime itself, which is crazy.
He's trying to get us cat hoes.
Because every time I look at that,
you gotta break a few eggs to make a cake. Goddamn,
like, yo.
He was trying.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And if
I can't.
That what? What was violatable about that?
Everything you said.
That's crazy. I'm just telling the truth.
All right, after a comment, we know whose side you're on.
Yeah, man. Sal Tucker was trying to. He was trying to improve the race, yo. He was trying to fucking. Think about the kind of life-saving things that could come from a working chimera. out transmutation. Like, you know what I mean?
He sacrificed his daughter for a failed experiment.
He wanted to make sure she was prepared for the world. He made sure his daughter had that dog in her.
I knew you was gonna say
No, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And if
Monte, send me the clip.
It's not that dog in her. She is the dog. So fuck what you talking about.
That dog had little girl.
No. Afro, he kind of said it wrong. He brought the dog out of her, didn't he?
The other villain.
No, technically you did put it in her by combining it.
Yeah, and then it came out.
Listen, all this was just
well, Scar made it come out.
So all this was two egotistical megalomaniac narcissists arguing about who was right. So they're both wrong at the end of the day. But
thank you.
At least Show Tucker wears it. Well, Light's still trying to like.
Does he really wear it?
That nigga's still deluded, bro.
Light is still trying to hide behind his justice complex he has. While Show Tucker said, "Listen, game is game. You know,
and sometimes it's cold."
So I mean, at least Show Tucker was up front with it. We'll put it that.
That's debatable.
Hey, why does Show Tucker sound like Oppenheimer the whole time?
Yo.
That's what I said.
Lord, forgive me for I am the destroyer of worlds.
What do you say?
But I don't even feel like Light would disagree as hard. I feel like they want a representation of Light. I feel like, hey, bro, you did what you had to do. You know who I wanted that debate against Show though? I wanted Johan for Monster.
Oh God, Johan.
We need to have that debate. I want to see. I want to see if Sunkiss can go with Johan opinion versus Show Tucker.
But there is one more debate that I think is a little bit more surprising than anything. No,
why are you not posting the best one?
Why worry about talking no jutsu? Here you are. Here's the best one.
Come on, talk no jutsu is like.
I'm not useless. I trained under a legendary Sannin. I shattered the battlefield. But sure, let's ignore all that and reduce me to the girl who loved Sasuke.
Because that's what you were. While Naruto was protecting the world, you were crying over a boy who tried to kill you. That's not strength, that's codependence.
And you think following Eren like a shadow was strength? You had no mission, no cause, just him. You weren't a protector. You were a weapon waiting to be pointed.
I was a weapon, and I did what no one else could. I ended it. I ended him. You wouldn't have had the guts.
No, I had hope. I believed in redemption, not execution. You call it strength. I call it surrender. You killed the only thing that gave your life meaning, and then built a shrine to it.
And you call that better? You chased Sasuke like a lost child. Every power you gained, every mission you joined, it was always about him.
At least I grew out of it. I learned to fight for something bigger. You never moved on. Your whole character arc was silence and suffering. You think that's depth?
Silence isn't weakness, it's focus. I didn't need screen time to prove my worth.
No, you needed Eren. Strip him away and what's left? A girl too afraid to ask. What do I want without him?
Maybe I didn't have an answer, but at least I didn't need validation from the fandom to feel strong.
No, just a scarf and a grave.
Hey, can I give Sakura credit though? At least she got the nigga she wanted to get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? He ran off.
True that. She had to play second fiddle and get her blown out by John Barr.
Baby in her though, and then he ran
Like,
off.
I grew out of it. No, the fuck you didn't. Because you turned around, married the nigga just for him to leave you anyway.
He became a tree, even though he technically ran away.
I was gonna say that nigga's in the tree. That's not his fault right now.
He trained the other child's son instead of yours. But
well, yeah, that's the tradition.
She didn't even. Daughter never saw him, but he like Aunt Edwards though. He a legend. He the face of the league. He like Aunt Edwards out here. Leave that baby alone. He'll be strong by itself. His mama strong.
Pinky waifu, what say you?
She got the baby at the end.
Cypher got cooked. I can't stand that hope. Oh, I grew out of it. I stopped chasing him. But yet you're married to the man that still ghosts you.
But she ain't chasing a nigga once you went into a tree.
He didn't ghost her forever, apparently.
And then at least she was a beast when it came to fighting Titans. She was still a fucking scout at the end of the day, putting in work. Whether
Sakura is cooking fucking Mika Zero.
No,
real fucking quick. Real fucking quick. 2 fingers, guaranteed.
Damn, this is crazy.
What say you, Mr. Two Fingers?
Listen, one bitch was making out with a fucking severed head, and the other bitch actually got the nut. Yo, who won?
Just to be a single parent.
That nigga's in a tree. That nigga's in a tree. He still showed up for fucking holiday. I'm not one to cop. Look, I'm not one to cop pleas for sad boy, but like at least Sakura wasn't making out with a disembodied head, yo.
I'm not a fan of that scene either. Don't get me wrong. I hate that.
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna lie, though.
But at least she will not live her life looking at the child.
I know she'll go get knocked down by the fucking one nigga that he wouldn't have wanted her to get knocked down by.
Hey, Sasuke, hey.
All right, bitch. I'm gonna give you a kid. Leave me the fuck alone.
Bros versus hoes. He visit Naruto, but won't visit his child and wife.
Thank you. He don't want shit to do with Sakura.
He visit Naruto.
That nigga still pay child support though. You know that Shadow Hokage getting paid.
Listen. We are not going to disrespect the third strongest Uchiha ever. Sakura. No, Sakura. You know what I mean? Wore the crest on her back. You know what I mean?
Yo, physically,
other hoes in Boruto wore the crest of a married clan on their back. They were ashamed of it. Sakura probably wore that on her back. And Mikasa ain't do nothing without Aaron's betting. You're an Ackerman. You are one of the strongest characters in the show. You wouldn't even live your family heritage because of motherfucking Aaron. What the fuck is wrong with you silly ass hoe? Everything revolved around you was around your scarf. That's all that was. And you ain't do shit but kiss a severed head. You did the job because you had to. And you was ordered to by, you know what I mean, that little whatever command he had on you. Other than that, Sakura, she cooked in this one. She's her own independent woman. You know what I mean?
Independent.
Independent single woman out here, single mother.
But since the Amazing Spider Cam demands it, we will give you one more debate.
Naruto de Bayo.
Yeah, he's been crying for all the time.
Ain't that some shit?
Here you go.
All that power, and you chose fear. You could have built something, Eren. Instead, you turned your back on everything that makes peace possible.
And you still believe peace is built on forgiveness, on talking to people who've already decided they want you dead. That's not hope. That's delusion.
Better delusion than genocide? You erase the world just to stop it from disagreeing with you? That's not freedom. That's domination with a prettier name.
And your so-called peace, built on begging your enemies to behave, you call it strength. I see a man waiting to be stabbed again, just so he can say he understands.
I understand pain. That's why I don't pass it down. You call me weak, but I've seen real strength. It's the kind that breaks cycles, not bones.
Cycles don't break. You just slowed the wheel and smiled. I shattered it. You protect ideals. I protected people.
You didn't protect them. You silenced the world so you wouldn't have to compromise. That's not a savior. That's a tyrant afraid of being told no.
No one else had the spine to do what had to be done. You keep calling it tyranny because it makes you feel noble. But I chose certainty. You chose the comfort of maybes.
At least my maybes leave room for humanity. Your certainty turned you into the kind of monster we were both supposed to fight.
Then maybe monsters are what this world needs. Not speeches, not handshakes, just one man willing to end it all.
You didn't end it. You just gave someone else a reason to pick up the pieces and start again with more hate. You replaced fear with fear and called it peace.
And you replaced action with faith and called it strength. Tell me, how many people died while you were still hoping they'd listen?
Enough to know this. I'll keep choosing hope, even if it breaks me, because believing in change, even when it's slow, is better than burning everything because you ran out of patience.
Then keep believing. But if the world keeps making monsters, maybe we've been trying to save the wrong thing.
There you are, sir.
Thank you.
Naruto Did Naruto not cook?
He actually won, so I don't even know how that's a debate.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't think
Like he succeeded.
Just
You
like,
can
listen,
say
just like the
aliens
sign
came and tried to
says.
take over the world, but they ain't his fault. He didn't know aliens.
Just like the sign says, let's
He didn't
be
know that the
happy.
Space Ninjas was coming.
Just like the sign said, let's be happy that black people only want equality and not revenge.
But
that is Naruto in a nutshell.
It is time for part.
Wait, shout out Ray and DreamCon hit 12 fourth quarter points. They won by 12. Team Duke over Team RDC.
What?
Craziness.
DreamCon.
Time for part 3.
Niggas got real scores going up.
Yeah, Ray got 12 points in the fourth quarter.
Nigga, Ray be hooping.
What we got up next?
This is where the show gets off kilter. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, shit.
So, we have viral videos, of course, from the world of the internet that have been viral for the last 2 weeks.
I'm glad I was able to get her.
They've been out of pocket. So we welcome everybody to the debates and decisions, the locker room edition, because essentially every one of these could pretty much be on Locker Room Talk. So let us begin.
I ain't heard that in a minute.
Mariah Mills got to be on there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Bitch got dial up.
And another thing, the men's is dressing like studs now. The men are dressing like studs. Y'all keep like, oh, the girls and boys clothing. Y'all want to dress like boys. Y'all want to dress like men. The men's is dressing like fucking studs. I have seen 3 men on my timeline alone today that I thought were studs by the way they were fucking dressed. Like y'all dressing like studs. Y'all starting to look like studs. Or maybe my world is just so fucking gay that I can't, I don't. And another thing, the men's is dressing like studs now. The men are dressing like studs. End of the day, I'm not beefing with no stud with no baby daddy. I'm not beefing with no stud with no baby daddy. I don't know why y'all thought that like, oh, I was just pandering towards stud. I don't even fucking like them. All I was saying was, niggas dress like they care about themselves now. A lot of shit that y'all are wearing now, y'all would have called it gay, sass 5 fucking years ago. Let's be so for real. Y'all look like y'all care about y'allselves. Y'all not fucking ashy. Y'all don't look fatherless no more. Y'all needed some inspo from fucking stud so y'all can see how to wear shit. And like I said, I don't even like them, but I can give them that type of fucking credit. Also, for the men that were trying to call me ugly, let me see your mom. Let me see your mom. Let me see her. Let me see your mom. Let me see your sister. You yourself get no bitches. You wouldn't know a pretty bitch if she smacked her coochie in your fucking face. Because you chase anything with an ass. I bet your baby mama ugly as fuck. Also, I don't know why y'all thought y'all ran me off the internet. This is a side gig, sweetheart, where I can make all the money that you make at your regular 9 to 5 in one video. Literally. I said what I said. Also, a lot of the men just hate black women because the way y'all calling me all kinds of pea-brain, black, dumb bitches in my fucking DMs. You hate your mama, don't you? I'd hate my mom too if I looked like that. Anyway.
Who would like
that was bait right there, boy. I got baited.
How are dudes dressing like studs when studs stole our dress to begin with?
That's crazy.
Bring that
studs dressed like dudes.
One at a time.
Right now.
One at a time.
Listen. The men, she said men's. I stopped listening after she said men's.
The men.
That part.
Men. I was like, oh, it's one of those. Second off, my mom was a model back in the day, so shout out to that. So I don't know. You want to see it? I'm just saying. So they don't apply to me. I'm not ugly, so they don't apply to me either. You just that's bait. She trying to bait me with a whole bunch of y'all black men hate black women. I'm like, you just dissed black men. People gonna diss you back. What do you think was gonna happen? They just called you ugly. Listen, there are a bunch of black men that hate black women on the internet. They wild, but at the same time, you trying to bait. And then I didn't even know studs look. The shit like studs don't look.
I thought studs were dressing like men in the first place. How do you have men?
They were.
That are dressing like men.
And then the biggest point of this is she dissed us for not being ashy. Like y'all put lotion on now, niggas.
That's
like,
crazy. You niggas moisturize.
No more.
You niggas moisturize.
No more. I need my nigga ashy and fatherless looking. I'm like, oh.
I'm like, damn. I mean, I am fatherless now. RIP to my pops, but I don't want to be ashy.
And what stud don't dress What do you think studs wear? Then not only that, you went homophobic and said you don't even like studs. I hate them motherfuckers. I was like, oh, that was just bait.
She had a Triple H moment. She was like, I'm no queer.
I'm no queer.
I'm no queer.
It was all baked to anger and get some views so she can make her money on her little chick so she can get more than 9 to 5 on everybody. How you attack like 15 different groups in 1 second?
No, but I've seen the TikTok payout. You probably lying low key.
She probably if she bet enough, she might get. She had to keep baiting though. That's your life. Your life is baiting people to be angry. Just imagine
Miss Sunkiss, you have the floor.
Talk to him. Talk about this cockamamie bullshit this bitch is speaking.
You like your man Ashy?
You like us not moisturized?
All of these are viral videos. I didn't have to go
ashy. That is what lotion is for. I don't even give a fuck about the ashy part. Because last I checked, studs fashion themselves after men as far as their clothing. It's supposed to be comfortable or whatever, but they look like men. They don't have the parts, but they look like men. So how in the fuck do you tell me that men are looking like studs that look like men? And then you're like, oh, well, maybe my world is just so gay. Bitch, you think? Because reality is you're fucking wrong. Like, you are in the Lulu fucking land if you thought that statement was valid in any way, shape, or form. And then to go... Oh, yeah, the whole thing was clickbait. The whole fucking video was clickbait. Because she went after one group and then went after another group and then wanted to cry about what she was being called in her DMs. Bitch, you warranted that. You had that coming. Like, it's the internet. People are going to say whatever the fuck they want to say regardless. But you brought that on yourself. I don't want to hear shit about it. Oh,
She said she don't like studs.
Like, as a group of people, you don't like studs? Like, what?
You don't like the whole group?
Well, hold on. When she said she don't like studs, I took that as meaning that she's gay, but she goes after femmes and not studs.
That would make her.
Nobody said though.
No,
like,
that wouldn't. Hold on.
That
wouldn't make her a stud. Because I've seen 2 femmes be together multiple times. It happened.
But nobody asked me what her preference was.
Well, no, I was just stopping them from generalizing our LGBTQI plus A community brethren.
Yeah, there's a plus in there.
Yeah,
you
How dare you?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
he's from Mississippi, folks. He don't know no better.
Not that. Look, you see the face up top.
No, that bitch was just talking. That bitch was just talking to be fucking talking, bro.
That part.
She didn't get. Look, she was like, "Yo, why these bitches dress like niggas? They dress like bitches. They dress like niggas." And then fucking, that's just gay as hell. You know what I mean? But I like pussy. But like, I wouldn't take a dick from one of these fatherless motherfuckers. It was sort of like that, and that's what I got from it. You know what I mean?
Listen, it was a bunch of yapsicles, you know. So it was a bunch of bullshit on top of bullshit, but you can only respond to one side of the bullshit without responding to the other side of the bullshit, and then you're calling it ever-rolling stream of all the bullshit, which you respond to the first side of the bullshit that you didn't respond to the second side of the bullshit. So I give her yapsicles by a 7 out of 10. Masterful trolling on that part. So you know, don't get lost in the spin cycle with her bullshit.
Yeah, she was yapping hard, brother.
You gotta know what to maneuver around, and once you figure it out, you're still trapped in the start of the maze. So it's better off not to get started in the first place, because once you get to the end of the maze, you'll be paying her a whole bunch of V-Bucks off of TikTok.
Damn, not the V-Bucks, bro.
It's best not to engage. It's best not to engage.
But that is video 1.
Oh god.
There's more.
Oh yeah.
Not the studs wearing Djibouti.
That nigga got at least 15
You
more
got the
minutes.
video of it.
Wait, before you move on,
Yeah,
your take on it. You forever dodging the discussion bullets.
I already knew she on something.
That's why he chose to be the host of the show, so he could have a plausible reason to dodge these hard questions while getting us to answer them.
For hers, at least. The rest of these, legitimate discussion.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what you got.
Why'd you tell your dad I was cheating on him, Leilani? That ain't your business, and it damn sure ain't your place as a child.
First of all,
look, girl, who is you talking to?
First of all, you're making it my business by taking me to the guy house that you cheating on my dad with. You are a married woman, and I'm just a child, and I'm still more lawyer than you are.
Little girl, you are punished. Don't touch no game. Don't touch no game.
How you gonna punish me when you cheated on my dad? If you cheat on my dad again, then I'm gonna tell him again. Oh wait, there won't be no again. He's divorcing you. Hey, Dad.
Hey, baby girl. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay. What you doing? What's on your mind?
I have something to tell you.
You got something to tell me? What you got to tell Daddy, baby?
Mommy been cheating on you.
Hold on. Wait. How you know that?
Because she's been taking me to the guy's house.
First off, you ain't punishing my daughter.
That's a daddy's girl, yo.
It's not my purpose for saying it. My purpose is, if that was to happen,
that part, because that's
child right or wrong.
No, that kid held it down, brother.
We just got random phone recording the kids bitching to dad.
Was the child right or wrong if that scenario was
fake?
Right.
You know what they say: stay out of grown folks' business. Rule number
Until
one.
you included that baby in that grown folks' business, like she said.
Stay out of grown folks' business. Stay in the child's place. Whatever happened to that?
And the child's place was.
Yo, since when do you take your kids? But hold on, since when do you take the kids with you to go hit up the side piece, yo? That's crazy.
I seen that a couple times.
If you include the kids in the dirt, you gotta pay the kid a little extra.
I was gonna say she should have tapped in with the 50 or something if she was gonna do that.
Hey, that was bad parenting. You gotta tax the kid a little bit.
I was going to say she should have had a new cell phone or a game system or something. You out here
you get straight A's. Don't tell your daddy I'm fucking with the side nigga. You know what I mean? You gotta tax the kid. You know what I mean? You gotta pay to play out here. But other than that, the fundamental rule is stay out of grown folks' business. Stay in the child's place. How many times you got told that? I'm just saying.
So, in
it's okay.
The words of the village,
guess who gonna bless her? Daddy. Daddy is going to bless her.
Mr. Something Special, we gave you a mic.
My daughter, if she told on you she can't play, get that game, girl. Your mom ain't telling you. I paid for that shit. It's a school night. You can stay up tonight. You ain't gotta go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say no bedtime tonight, yo.
You ain't gotta go to school tomorrow. Cause I'm finna take you home. Oh, you cheated too? That's right now. I get custody. Oh, she gonna tell too. She gonna on the stand to tell. This is the tell.
Not on the stand.
She going on the stand.
Yo, that baby's gonna be in divorce court talking.
Wait a minute.
You paying me child support too. I want child support. Let's go. Man up. Let's go. We won.
Let's go.
Dear child, we have the pinky waifu. What say you?
That baby was right. Daddy gonna take care of her at the end of the day anyway. Like if you, like I said, how you take the baby with you to the side nigga house?
That's crazy work.
She either don't like the side nigga or she don't like being over there. Like you can't keep your baby occupied to realize like, hey, like this is Uncle Michael or whatever. We're gonna do whatever. Just make sure the baby don't know if you don't want to get caught. Don't make no noise. Keep the bitch occupied. Oh, I'm sorry. Baby. Keep the little girl occupied.
Nigga should have bought a Switch.
Right. Have her gaming, turn the music up, do what you got to do to keep her distracted if you didn't want to get told on. That's all I'm saying. So you can't be mad at the little girl because you got caught up creeping with your side nigga. That's your fault. You knew what the risk and the reward was. Good dick versus losing your husband, your kid.
I bet that nigga had good dick, but he was broke as hell.
That part. So
Pause.
you fucked up.
Pause.
You chose wrong.
I ain't gotta pause shit. I'm comfortable in my sexuality, sir. I ain't gotta pause shit. I can say whatever the hell I want.
Afro, you getting very dark.
And he jumping in on my turn.
We letting that slide. All right, this ain't my show. Never mind. I apologize.
What? Would I got a homophobic violation there?
Yo, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And if
that was a violation. That was a violation of homophobia.
It's been so long since I've been violated. I'm proud of myself.
Yo, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And if
My bad. Unica Williams in the chat says otherwise.
Lord have mercy.
Clip it.
Baby was right. I hope she gets every game system under the sun and she lives happily ever after with her daddy and his new bitch. So that's what it is.
Jesus.
And we have.
You guys some.
Hey, look. I don't know what the fuck nigga. Everybody knows kids can't hold hot water. Why the fuck would you take a child with you, especially one that's old enough to know what cheating even is?
That part.
Like, it's one thing you take a toddler with you or something. You know what I mean? Fucking, they ain't gonna be able to form a sentence coherent enough to get you in fucking trouble. That little girl sound like she at least in the second, third grade. She know what the fuck going on. So that means that you took your daughter with you to some nigga's house and what? She was just in the other room while you was getting fucking wiped out, yo? That's crazy.
Wiped out. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Diabolical.
Oh, we lost somebody. Oh, well. But some nasty work. I mean, just don't worry, little Jamisha. Like, don't worry. Not really if it's really name. Don't worry, little Jamisha. You can come stay with dad. Your mama gonna get dealt with in this child support. Now.
Hey, but she even told her she's like, he's gonna divorce you. I was like, damn.
You can tell she's a daddy's girl too, so she was gonna snitch the whole time.
Child was 100% right. Easy work.
Yeah.
I'll say about 9 times out of 10, girls are daddy.
And I just want to say, we'd still be on the child's side if the roles were reversed. If it was a little boy who told his mommy that his daddy was cheating, I'd still be like, damn, that kid held it down.
Yeah, like, boy or girl, regardless. Kid right. What do you mean? Yeah, take him up to the auntie and uncle house.
Look, I would say, if you
why are you taking
stop getting into committed relationships if you ain't trying to just fuck one person forever, yo.
Tell him, Afro.
Yeah, too. That's the key point.
This is from the Afro comedy of all people.
Look, there's a reason why I'm a stalwart fucking opposer of marriage, and it's not just because why would I want the government in my relationship? It's because I don't believe us as people were ever meant to be monogamous creatures.
Well,
that's another debate inside. You know.
Are you saying I should have like 5 kids this year, like Aunt?
Polygamy.
Well, if that's how you rocking, as long as you take care of them motherfuckers, what do I care?
Not even polygamy, polyamory.
Yeah, polyamory. Because polygamy would be involving the government in at least one of the marriages.
But we're not done.
We're
not done. So speaking of children, we have a simple situation. Let her explain.
So did y'all see that post that's going around where this guy said that he cannot attend his wife's college graduation because he's going to be attending his daughter's pre-K graduation? Yeah, let's talk about it. So he basically was saying that his daughter's mom let him know that her pre-K graduation date is the same date as the wife's college graduation to get her master's degree. Now, he texted the wife to let her know that he cannot attend her event because he needs to attend his daughter's pre-K graduation. Now, I'm all for showing up as a father, but we are talking about a pre-K graduation that this little girl may or may not remember, and she'll have many more graduations to come over your wife's college graduation to get a double master's degree. All for a macaroni necklace ceremony is crazy work. You will be good and divorced.
Wait, it's her second master ceremony. She already had like 5 graduations. My little baby might be special.
You can go
double master.
I was going to say a double master. That bitch been in college for a grip.
I'm saying she'd have had so many. Well, my baby ain't smart and she don't graduate. It's the only one.
It's pre-K.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Men ain't gonna choose they little girl over you if they.
I was gonna say I feel like dudes are always gonna choose their daughter.
It's not a real graduate. I can understand.
I'm
if it was
little girl.
Pre-K.
I'm gonna choose
pre-K.
Men gonna choose their little girl. I'm sorry, you gotta get used to it. This.
Hey, as a nigga who's got 4 sisters, dads are always gonna pick the daughters, yo.
I'm saying
I'm not mad at dad choosing daughter over wife if the wife clearly
when
she's
you get
not
adopted,
wrong,
baby.
clearly. So
the divorce is like
it's fucking pre-K. I don't give a fuck if it's daddy's daughter, whatever. It's fucking pre-K. The baby's not even in real school yet.
Well, she's special. She don't get no other graduation.
It's not the elementary school.
Yeah, baby. That baby want to see me give her a little
You are an expert at nap time. Let's give you an award.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy, yo.
I mean, let's just keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. I'm gonna calmly tell the wife, hey, so I'm gonna have John gonna be in the stand and he gonna FaceTime me so I can watch yours while I'm driving to my little girls. Pre-K, and then once I make the pre-K, because the pre-K one I'm gonna be about 40 minutes, I'm gonna zoom over to yours. But I'm not missing hers. I'm just telling you that now. I'm just telling you that now.
It's gonna be like, look, it's gonna be like that every group.
Be FaceTiming yours the
College
whole
graduations I've been to are either afternoon or nighttime. What are we doing?
Look,
it also confused me because how you can't make is like another state or some shit.
Well, it could be
weird school where they have
it could be an extended distance though. What if it's a couple hour drive from one or the other?
Wife is just
it's a couple hour drive. That further lets me know we were not meant to get married because
when she signed up to be.
Yo, that's crazy. You would let that be the deciding factor on whether you wanted to be with somebody?
So Nemesis, I'm gonna say this as disrespectfully as fuck. Kiss my whole ass crack. Because no, it's fucking pre-K.
And she gonna be looking for pop to be at pre-K.
There's fucking high school. Those actually mean more than pre-K.
I gotta
the first one matters.
I gotta get that first.
It's not even a real graduation. That's why they call them like fucking ceremonies and
it's real to her.
They don't even really call them graduations because they're not graduating anything.
It's real to her.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. It's a reason why women always tell you that, hey, think of it if it's your daughter, because that's nigga's weakness.
Yeah.
That's why you always say it. That's nigga's weakness. Hey, if you actually love your kids,
it's sure.
Niggas
be trying to be like, oh, dad's son. I mean, maybe you're like the only son, but listen, if you are a brother, it is definitely the daughters always take priority, yo. Like, and I got 3 older sisters and a younger sister, yo. Fucking.
You knew what you was getting into. I'm daddy's.
So why not just take whatever little certificate they printed off of Canva and head over to the stepmom's fucking graduation with the baby?
Because she'll never be that young again.
Nobody's ever going to be that young again. What do you mean?
But it matters more. It's his daughter.
Wait. So we're saying nap time
the
within the lines is more important than a fucking master's.
This is the formative.
Your wife. Look, if
down.
Your wife is getting a double master's, she done had like fucking 10 graduations.
Well, got this high school.
10 graduations?
No. Got her elementary school, middle school, high school, her first 4 years of college, for her second 4 years of college, fucking.
And that's still not fucking 10.
Well, that's still at least 5.
And you can skip the first one because we're not counting pre-K. Like you said,
no, I'm talking about the elementary. I'm talking about the first. I'm talking about the elementary school one. But I'm just saying, niggas is always gonna pick their daughters.
And this and this
Look,
and this.
if she didn't want that to happen, she should have made sure he had a boy. If he'd have had a boy, he'd have came to her graduation instead of going to the boys. She made him have a girl.
Just pick up the certificate from the teacher and go on about your business.
What if he wanted the experience?
Bubbles, have a snack, and go home.
We act like his wife was magna cum laude or something, when she was trying to give a fucking goddamn crazy ass speech.
Even if that wasn't the case.
What if I promised to put a baby in her that night?
Not just a master, double masters, which means this bitch killed herself to get this degree.
This is my baby, though.
That's what I'm saying. This is his daughter.
That's why I said take the baby with him. Why do
the baby's got to be at her graduation? Where's her dad at? Huh? Where's the wife's dad at?
You hate that motherfucker, Tori. That's why she divorcing her. She ain't never had that love.
Oh, okay. Her daddy wasn't there. I get it. She wouldn't understand.
Not new daddy.
Wow. Not daddy wasn't there, so she wouldn't understand.
Yeah, new daddy.
That's just how
daddy wasn't there, so she wouldn't understand. That's what you're going with.
No, I'm just saying new daddy here.
No.
Be careful. Be careful.
He knows exactly.
She's talking to me. I was gonna say, don't get caught into the jail hole. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. You look pretty today.
Fuck you.
Wow, wonderful.
It's not working today.
You look stunning, Asa. Oh my God, you're glowing. Your bust line, immaculate.
I'm really glad that y'all are giving nice compliments. I do have one video left.
On point.
So it's not over yet. I have one more possible trigger warning for just your emotions.
I don't have any.
I'm telling you, just stuff. The discussions I have found on the X, the Twitter, and the TikTok. I'm just telling you.
Twitter, it's gonna be awful.
Oh yeah.
You may not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not.
Yeah.
And you are accountable for that as well. Because I don't got time to figure out which white people are nice, which white people aren't racist, or da-da-da-da-da. I have to go on the actions of the group.
Right.
The group as a whole and the history of that group as a whole tells me that they are a danger to me and they are not to be trusted.
Right.
And if you can understand that as a black man and your stance towards white people, then you should absolutely be able to understand women's stance towards you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a war on you waged by women. Actually, the war get a little thicker when we start talking about it from the perspective of a woman and the greater society of racism and white supremacy being waged against black people, and then the patriarchal society being waged against women. So they have to deal with two elements. One of those elements we don't have to think about, and honestly, we're perpetuated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perpetuated against us young to look at women as objects,
right?
To look at women only through the lens of a sexual desire and not as the human being that they are. And when you understand how to deal with women on a human level, you understand how much women will enrich your life.
Mm.
You may not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not.
Yeah.
And you are accountable for that as well.
Not even a little bit. No, this nigga is a visionary. He's great. Every time I get one of his clips pop up, love him. He missed hard on this one. Because where does that stop? If I took a poll from every man, probably him included, for how many women hit on them, I'm talking about even boy, stop. See, we don't see that as like abuse. But never in my life have I been mad at a woman that was like, girl, stop playing with me. I've never done that. Because it's just, you just don't hit on women. And if we took another poll about how many men have been hit by women while the woman was mad, see, being hit out of anger is different. I don't care if it hurt or not. Watching someone's face snarl up and they start swinging on you, even if it doesn't hurt, how many men have been through that? Why am I bringing that up? Because I don't think women who don't hit men should be held accountable just as much as the women who do. You understand what I'm saying? Never in my, first of all, I've never lived a life where like I'm just posted up and I'm like, hey, shout it in the pink.
Stop it though. But
That guy gets it. That guy gets it.
This your moment, Murray. This your moment.
No, I brought that up mainly because it's this whole thing of Deontay Kyle and John Cannon has been something that I've seen all over.
Not the snarl.
At least easily. Forget this blurriness of this. So that's what I brought it up. Give you those two main points, those two main sides, and everybody's had their 10 cents on it. Some case you may go, wow, this thing decides to focus right.
Remember, this is your moment.
The floor.
So I feel like when he's saying take accountability, he's not saying you're at fault. But if you see somebody who's out of pocket, it's on you to be like, hey, you out of pocket. That's still like holding the person accountable. That's taking accountability. Like there was, I guess, that one story like last year or whatever, where the bitch got hit in the face with a brick because she told the nigga no. And a bunch of people witnessed it, but did anybody check the man over it? No. All you got.
That's how niggas get killed, though. That's how niggas get killed, though.
And beat the nigga up for not being able to handle rejection. Just say 2 words. Not cool. 2 words. See, 2 words. Not cool.
No, it's not. You're simplifying it. You know it's not that simple.
Huh?
You know it's not that simple.
That's as simple as you can make it. That means you have at least taken some energy within yourself to.
Look, listen. I say this. I say this as a nigga who has inserted himself into domestic situations before that were not his own to deal with. As a nigga who has dropped a nigga on his head for putting his hands on his old lady, they were definitely back together fucking the next day. And then I was the bad person.
Did your part. That's all I'm saying.
No. That's the thing. I didn't do my part.
Only one at a time because I already knew something.
I have, but not because I love the nigga. It's because I was scared to leave. But I eventually left. I had somebody step in and call the cops when my eye was this fucking big. But again,
you should have shot that nigga.
Huh?
You should have shot that nigga. Somebody lumped me up like that.
In the woods, I've already been threatened to be unalived, and I've already had my family threatened at that point. So that wasn't my thinking. But when I finally got the chance to get away, my ass traveled across several states over a period of 3 days to get away. And I appreciate that person who stepped in initially.
But you
gotta think.
We have the Afro coming. You may give your speed.
Okay. Now, this is all I'm saying. Accountability is all well and good and thought, but once put into practice, when you begin to hold yourself accountable for situations that do not involve you, you open yourself to repercussions that should not involve you. Fucking. Now, am I saying if I looked out my back door right now and fucking there was some dude out here fucking goddamn soccer ball kicking his baby mama in the face, would I go out there and brandish my weapon and tell him to move on down the road? Yes, I would. But should I do that? No, probably not. What if I go out there and that nigga ends up fucking getting a drop on me and that's all she wrote? What if I make it work?
You don't have to go up on the person.
But all I'm saying is sometimes people feel the static in the air of a situation, and sometimes they know it's easier just to mind their own fucking business.
And see, that's the problem. Everybody's so caught up on minding their own fucking business. This is how people get unalived.
I mean, have you seen the way the world is? You think about how many people die. Look, for every person who dies minding their own business, there are at least 2 people that fucking get killed for not minding their own business.
And I guess the alternative. Instead of you stepping in and saying something, you calling the police is still doing something.
I ain't calling the police for shit.
Okay, then that's your prerogative. That's your mindset. All I'm saying is if you don't feel comfortable enough to interject yourself, there are alternative methods to interject.
Yeah, but listen, if you want to have the right to just not be involved with it at all, I don't feel like you should be villainized for that.
And finally, we will give him a mic.
I'm sure there's so many times. I get it. You put yourself at risk by jumping in. But imagine being that person who didn't jump in. And let's say you see the news story. Oh, woman gets beat to death on this street. Nobody helped her. Whatever. And you knew you were that one person that could help her.
Yeah, but I mean, in the end, I think that is a very good sentiment. But in the end, I feel like most people are more worried about survival, and they'd probably be like, damn, that sucks. But like, at least it wasn't me.
Something special?
As long as you're able to live with yourself at the end of the day, it is what it is.
That's really what it comes down to.
Listen, one thing is, listen, I
just don't like blanket accountability.
Are you guys sit on the fence? Are you? I need to know.
I just want to say that. I just don't feel like blanket accountability is a productive or healthy thing. Not everybody should be held accountable for somebody else's shit.
See, people pick and choose when that's the case.
Well, that's why I said blanket
accountability. Flock together. If your homegirl's a hoe, so are you. Like,
let them get his spiel. Let them get his spiel.
I just want society as a whole to start shaming dumb niggas, and that can hopefully eradicate this. Because the one thing I notice most men fear is being like embarrassed at their boys if they do some bullshit. Because I don't know why that's the big thing for everybody. Like, oh, if I did this, my boy's gonna be upset at me. Because for some reason the males want to impress other males.
A nigga will fuck over his wife or
girlfriend. Yo, it's a sad existence if your friends aren't the people that you can be vulnerable around, yo. If you gotta keep a facade, I got friends that I've had for 20 plus years, still see them niggas daily, and fucking them's the one niggas I'm not gonna fucking keep the tough nigga act on for.
But my thing is, I don't want you to do that. If we shame it as a friend group, and you want to be part of the friend group, you won't do the bullshit, at least in public. Or somebody, hopefully you won't do it at all. But at least it's some kind of like accountability in some way. Like, listen, we not doing that shit around here. Don't do that shit. Nope, that ain't cool. We don't rock with you. You a little lame ass nigga if you do that shit. Cause some reason that shame niggas. So as a society, we hold men to that accountability, that level of accountability. That'd be dope. But again,
accountability is just not a good thing.
We're taking baby steps.
We can't. All the niggas who did something.
They gonna give accountability.
If I do something tomorrow,
just be like,
for it because you're niggas.
That's not blanket accountability. If it's just the lame nigga over there doing the lame shit, nigga just hey, you ain't doing it. We ain't
but look but then they turn it into like lame nigga osmosis, and it's like, oh, you was close to that lame nigga, so now you're a lame nigga.
We already do that with the old boy. That's your mans. They got your mans for being a CP.
Yeah, they got your man.
They already do it.
Man, sex offender. They got your man.
We already do it. Why we can't do it when it comes to our women? We can do the same fucking thing.
I hope there's not niggas out here gapping up their homeboys when they beat up their old ladies. That's crazy.
Some dude, that's the scary part.
Your best friend whooping that woman, you a lame nigga. That's it.
Oh yeah, keep that bitch.
Yeah, bro. If you watch your homeboy,
if your homeboy in your house, you wonder how they just be like, "Hey, bro, don't do that shit." What the fuck?
Because look, and I'm not saying, look, we all know I'm an equal rights, equal fights type of nigga. I've been fighting women my whole life. I got 4 sisters. Yo, bitches can fight.
That came out wrong.
No, it came out right. I've been fighting bitches all my life.
All your life you had to fight.
Bitches.
God help.
I mean, I fought niggas too, obviously, but I'm just saying, fucking, I'm all for, but you can't just watch a nigga put his hands on a woman, and it's not gonna sit. I don't feel like it's gonna sit right with anybody, but like. There's also what happens when there's that rare case where a nigga's like, oh, I'm gonna try and stop this, and then homie fucking ups and blicks his ass.
I ain't gonna lie to
you. Now you just got fucking painted on the fucking pavement.
That's what I said. You don't have to be Captain Saberho. You don't.
But okay. And then there's the reverse. What happens? This nigga calls the police. Now they know you called the police and fucking now they on your ass.
They don't know you called. What are you like staring at them on the phone?
What if you're walking? If you're okay, let's say you're not in your house. Hold on. Let's say you're not. Listen. You ain't even let me finish the fucking sentence.
Go ahead.
Do you think that's wise?
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that fucking sometimes fucking the right thing to do for you as a person may not be the morally right thing to society. Sometimes shutting the fuck up and minding your own business, even if it's at the expense of others, sometimes it's for the betterment of you. And that's just, I mean, that sucks when you gotta look at it like that, but that's just the truth of the matter.
Well, I already told you, if you can like sleep like a baby at night and be okay with yourself, then that's on.
Hey, I'm a scumbag. Me personally, I've listen. I've done some foul shit in my life, most definitely, and I have no doubt my karma's coming at some point. But fucking, at the end of the day, fucking, I don't expect. I don't know. It's just blanket accountability is always going to rub me the wrong way, yo. Some people just don't want to be involved, yo. Some people just don't want to be bothered. And fucking, I feel like that. If that's their prerogative, I don't feel like you should be like, oh, you're a horrible person. Fucking, you just wanted to mind your own fucking business. How dare you? You could have called the police. You could have said something.
It's some random person telling you you're a horrible person for not stepping in. Do you really give a fuck?
Well, no. But I'm just saying. But we're not in the world anymore where it's just one random person. The internet is a conjoined singular hive mind that fucking, as we all know, is not very light to carry. You know what I mean? We can say what we want. The burden of the internet on the psychological process of man is real.
Well, I do disagree with the sentiment that every horrible dude, every man should be held accountable for that dude.
That's my biggest problem.
Not in terms of what you do as an individual. Like I said, if you see a dude, no, we ain't doing that shit, right? No, get the fuck away. Get away. Come with me. All that. I done did that 100 times. Only time I didn't do it was with a white woman because I know how that shit go in Mississippi. They will turn on your ass and they will make sure they put you in jail. I don't trust.
We're not trying to have you lynched around here.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, "Oh, that he hit me."
Hey, look, I've interviewed, and as you know firsthand, I live in a KKK adjacent city.
All I know, listen, if you have a white woman in Mississippi and her husband, he'll tell her to tell the police you hit her, and then your ass, they gonna believe her ass or use your ass just in some shit. But
see, the crackers around here just be shooting shit.
No, they just
it ain't no back and forth with the police. They just be
get you in jail. And shit.
You just got blow back. No, they be trying to kill you.
But like the thing is, I respect the idea, and you have to acknowledge the idea that women might have trust issues with dudes. Or
yes, I'm not saying anything about that.
Like, I'm not gonna be mad at you for that, but at the same time, in life, once I show you, I still don't want to be held accountable for your past.
Thank you.
Just like you don't want to be.
But I had issues with someone, so what you gotta realize is this is something that has been built up with her over time. You're talking about you instantly don't want to be held accountable for whatever. That's going to take a process.
I want to build a trust. That's why I say I don't want to take that.
It's going to be some time for that to occur.
I'm going to be honest. I just like the benefit of the doubt. We do it all the time. We give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. Do we not? And I'm saying you too. I'm just saying as a people. I'm not saying man, woman. I'm just saying as a person. I hate having to be cynical all the time and feel like I need to see the world. Sometimes it's good to just give somebody the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't help it. You did a ball player.
We've had conversations like that in the past about giving people the benefit of the doubt, especially when it comes to victims and claiming certain shit has happened, and then people will jump on them like, "You got to prove that happened to you."
But it's also you got to think
the benefit of the doubt, and then we'll see where it goes. So I get what you're saying.
I know you do, but that's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not. Listen, as much of a pusher of the patriarchy as I am, and I am, fucking.
This is where
I just listen. I still think. Look, women fought for years and years for equality. I mean, let's start treating each other equal.
On that note,
you give me the benefit of the doubt. I give you the benefit of the doubt. And if I fuck you over,
your pressure fit privileges are taken away.
Zell,
don't run. Where you go?
Where can they find you?
He ain't gonna give his opinion. Look at it. Look at it. He done cut it. I noticed when Afro come and talk, you cut your camera off. You don't want no highlight. Just in case he get I see you.
Trying to die.
Camera go off. He will not be seen. He will not be seen if this get clipped.
Don't be scared now, Monte. We can make this content for too long for you to be scared.
Now he got me on the big screen while he talking like I'm saying. But
you supposed to be doing the
overall 99. Zelmade 99_Zelmade. Keep it 99. Overall 99 game. Overall 99 anime. Casual conversations every Thursday. By the way, we got some amazing highlights. Shout out to Unico for going viral because he don't know what a point guard is and everybody argue with him.
How you throwing the nigga under the bus though?
They're arguing about the comment. They going off on him, and then he said instead of
was that the Allen Iverson?
Yeah. So they going a little bit mini viral, and the other main clip going viral is the EA Sports NCAA going to be the same game, and everybody having a debate in the comments right now on TikTok. I think it's at 5,000 and like the last hour. So it's shooting up right now. So shout out to that. Shout out to Unico for his opinion. The point guard conversation coming on TikTok soon. I know that's gonna go viral. But he got another one where he said the Indiana Pacers. By the way, that's coming out like in the middle of the week. Indiana Pacers back in the day would have swept the Spurs. Well, I mean, would have beat the Spurs. And his dog, he tried to get his dog to come on camera and wouldn't, so I made fun of him. Like, your dog don't be put part of that bullshit.
Damn, gotta go in with it.
He said, come here, guy. Like, he got food. He got like, no, get the fuck away from me. But it's some fun stuff on the channel. Let's go look it up. TikTok 99. Let's go Zell. Maybe we're gonna go up on it. Streams and more. I'm sorry, I look a little rough. I just woke up.
You are the adult face bandit. Shut up.
I'm cute though. Shout out to be cute when you wake up. I woke up like this.
You sure did, and you go to sleep like
that.
I had an issue with it for a very long time.
Where can they find the local neighborhood scumbag?
This is so ratchet. I love this.
Of course, you can find me at Afro Comedy 765 on all platforms. You can catch me Wednesdays on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable doing top 10 anything. You can then catch me on Thursdays on Casual Conversations, having casual conversations with Zalmay and Moonbeam. Thursdays, that is Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday Night Euro with the amazing Spider Cam, where we talk all the things going on wrestling. And then, of course, Saturday, you can find me here on Make It Make Sense, the podcast. You know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory.
Shout out to the mic on the pick. That is the most ratchet thing I've ever seen. We love that.
You know what?
And then we have the sun-kissed Peaky wife for herself.
He inspired me a little bit. There we go. So.
It's okay. I'll let you swag Jack just this one. It's all
right. Facebook is Aisha Morgan. Everywhere else, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, that thing formerly known as Twitter, it will be sunkissed_waifu. The pinky waifu only occurs Saturdays for Make It Make Sense, the podcast. These
Freaky
are the
frog.
only Negroes
Freaky frog waifu.
access to pinky waifu.
Hey yo, clip it.
Sunday, waifu news with Moonbeam and Ashara Honey. Life be lifing, so we're gonna figure out when we're coming back. Unfortunately,
Waifu's X hiatus continues, folks.
No, because we've had a show or two within the last month.
Waifu's X sporadic hiatus.
I'm doing more shit on TikTok, gaming more. Y'all can catch that. Trying to keep up on my anime watch list, which I'm making it through. I just recently watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I haven't seen it. I had only seen Full Metal Alchemist a long time ago. So I did that.
Well, Brotherhood's way better than original.
I don't even really remember the original, which is why I watched Brotherhood.
That's good. Just watch Brotherhood and forever hold it as your head.
Definitely watch Brotherhood. Otherwise, it's been Make It Make Sense, the podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Murray Hudson. And we're Murray Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists, and of course,
every time I'm just gonna thump you now.
Make It Make Sense podcast. We will always be here on Threads. We do accept sponsorship.
Send them meta bucks.
Everywhere on Facebook and on hopefully TikTok soon, but Facebook and YouTube we will be here. Thank you all.
That's why it's blurry. That's why it's blurry. That's what you get.
Otherwise, this has been another wonderful episode. And remember, when in doubt, pinky out.
Pull your cock out.
Pinky out. Yes, pinky.
When in doubt, pinky out, pull your cock out. I don't know how that's going to go together.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, when in doubt, whip your cock out.
Don't invite you, Nico.
Help.